What are you doing? What are you doing? You so silly. What you doing? Stop licking your feet. you you don't like that? You don't like it? Okay, baby. I love you. There's your brother over there, but he's sleeping. I can't see his face. Namaste, my Zen Zebras. I'm just coming on really quick. It's late. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that crazy close-up. That was frightening. Hi, Rain Cloud. How are you? I'm just coming on real quick to say a couple of things. It's late, of course, 1 o'clock in the morning, 5 to 1 Texas time. I just wanted to come on and say a couple of things that's been going on that's really weird. First of all, like, I'm a little bit upset. And, you guys that know me, I've been on this channel since 2019. So that's 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. So that's like 5-6 years, right? Okay, and I'm not monetized. A lot of people think I'm monetized. I'm not. Do I occasionally sell my work, or somebody buys a reading? Yes, occasionally. Okay, and I have some good news on that end as well. But I just went to my analytics, and I only have 60% or 61% out of 100 are subscribed. Okay, that's nuts. Hi, Kelly. What is this? What's this? Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, please make sure that you're subscribed. If you know me, or even if you don't know me, my name is Katrina Brady. This channel is Mystic Brady, the Mystic Brady Bunch. I do readings, I do car chats, walk and talks. I talk about astrology, I talk about numerology, I talk about things in the news. I'm talking a lot about Gypsy, Rose Blanchard, whatever comes up. But I really think I should deserve to have more than 60% subscribed. So if you care about me, or you want to see me, more of my content, I do my healing artwork, I talk about the chakras, I talk about a lot of stuff. I give a lot of free readings. I know Leo, I have to do you, Leo. Just the energy is weird. The energy is very weird. I got a copyright strike, and if I get 2 more, that's it. Goodbye to my channel. And so I've been talking a lot to God about that, because it said something. I found out about it very weirdly, because I didn't block somebody. Pushed a button called hide from the user, right? And it took that person off, and it was really terrible for me, because I didn't want that person to be taken off or any kind of blocked. But YouTube is different now, that you can't just hide a comment. You actually hide that person. I thought I figured it out, because I thought tonight I found out how to reverse that. But I've been trying for the last couple of days, like behind the scenes. You don't even know. I've been trying behind the scenes. And I'm coming off as crazy, but I'm stone cold sober. Just drinking some Diet Coke and some salsa. But anyhow, I've been trying to fix this problem, and So you have to go to YouTube Studio. So I go to YouTube Studio. Then you're supposed to go to settings. Then I go to settings and then it doesn't do anything. So then I Googled YouTube Studio and I did the same thing. That's when I found out April 8th, which was the day of the eclipse, was the day that they said that they gave me a strike and I was supposed to go to YouTube school, which is a 4 minute video you're supposed to watch. I didn't do that within the 90 days. So basically, I have a strike on my channel. And the only thing I went back and I tried to see, the only thing I can remember doing, because I was in New York, I was in New Jersey, I was visiting my sister who's very, very sick with cancer. I was in Pennsylvania, but specifically on the eclipse, I was with my brother in law and I was watching the news and watching the eclipse, and I videoed the news because I wanted to see, show the pictures of the eclipse. That's the only thing I could think of as being why I got 25 in the house. Please give me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed if you care about me at all. Because 60% of my subscribers being subscribed, only 60 out of 100, that's like worse than before. It's like I noticed my numbers are going down, except if I do a live. Other other than doing lives, my shorts are pretty good. Some of them stay low, but most of them go to 400. But anyhow, I mean, it doesn't even matter. I'm not monetized, but I just, I don't understand. And the only thing I could say is YouTube does not request my channel, right? Because it's all over the place, maybe because sometimes I do different things. So it's not always, psychic stuff. Anyhow, the strike was probably because I taped a news report. I think it was Fox News was showing the eclipse. And that's the only thing I could think of because I looked back at all my videos, and that's those videos. Like I did 5 minutes, and then I did maybe 6 minute clip, and yeah, you're not allowed to do that, I guess. But what they were saying is that I stole somebody's content, and let me tell you something about me, if you don't know it. I don't need to steal anybody's content because I got a lot of content right behind this age spot here and this other age spot here. I got loads of content. I do my own content. I don't have rules. But the thing is, like with psychic stuff, I thought maybe it was psychic. Somebody reported me psychic, but on April 8th, 2024, it was the eclipse. I only did stuff about the eclipse and maybe walk and talk because I was over at my brother-in-law's house, my sister's house, and my brother-in-law. And my sister had to work, and then when my sister came home from work, we went to the hospital to visit my other sister. So I'm like, it had to be that clip. Anyhow, so I was very worried about that. Before I was worried about that, I was worried about by accident hiding somebody who's very important to me from my channel. And I tried to fix it. I swear to you, I've tried to fix it for days, for hours, for days, and I don't know how to fix it. Then I thought just now something came up where you can unhide the person from the user, and I saw the actual person's face. And I clicked unhide and I thought it was all fixed, but then I went back and I didn't see them in the comments like a month ago. So, I don't know. Hold on a second. So, those are the things that are causing me to have a nervous breakdown. And I know it's stupid. At least I went in the pool today. And I was supposed to get my nails done. They're still like this. Hopefully I'll go tomorrow. I'm being such a procrastinator. But I actually might get my toes done again. Only because it feels good to get your feet done. And yeah, I just might want to do my toes. I don't know, maybe I'll save my toes for another time. Let me just try to get my nails done. Because I got to go back to a meeting for work. And I told Devin today, I said, can I tell you a secret? He goes, sure, of course. I said, I don't want to go back to work because you could do whatever you want. I said, well, it's a meeting for the substitute meeting. And it used to only be, how long? I got my fireplace on. Why would I have a fireplace on? Because I have a thyroid problem, and so I freeze. I feel freezing. And it's Mercury in retrograde, and I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess. But I should be happy because I sold another painting. I'm all over the page, okay? So I sold something odd and that I've had for a while. Her name is Tilly. In my short, I show you her. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm happy about selling the other two. But anyhow, if you could do me a favor, please make sure that you subscribed, and please make sure, you hit the bell for the notification and all that jazz. Because I just was like shocked. I don't know what else to do. It's like I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm reading, I'm doing readings, I'm doing commentary, I'm doing walk and talks, I'm doing sit in the car and talk. I don't know what else to do. I can't work any harder. But yeah, so I told Devin I really don't feel like going back because I feel like it still should be summer. Because you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I just want to do it for another year, God willing. Because you know, to wait till 62 before I can collect Social Security. Yeah, I will collect that baby at 62. It doesn't matter if it's a low amount. Because my pension is pretty low, but I just want to do it another year. I mean, it's not like I have to do it every day. If I don't want to sub every day, I don't have to. But the meeting, it used to just be a 4-hour thing, like 8 o'clock from till 1 o'clock, or 8 o'clock to 12. They would let us go at 12. It would say 8 to 1. Now it's a friggin' 8 o'clock or 8:30 to 4:30 friggin' meeting. What, to learn how to be a substitute? I'm a teacher, but I go through this every year, and that's what you have to do when you live here and you're a sub. But I'll do it. It's just I don't feel like the summer should be over because I didn't go in the pool enough, but I don't have to close it up because we have a heater on the pool too. Not that we need it. We don't need it. It was so beautiful. I was in there for a long, long time. And because my brother-in-law was coming over, and I was shocking the pool, and I was trying to clean it up and get it ready for him. And, Devin was going to drop me off and get my nails. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing all this work on the pool, and I'm freaking never going in. And that's stupid. That's a waste, right? So now I'm going to check out what you guys are saying. Hi, Doreen Campbell. Nice to see you. Hi, JR. I'm sure the person will understand. No, I hope they understand, but oh my God. No, like I still talk with them and everything, but that's why I used to always say I'm a retro girl in a techno world. Life is plastic and I'm so spastic. Okay, that used to be my song all the time. um, like, and then I started, some people started telling me, like, oh yeah, if your channel gets taken down, that's why you should make a new channel. And I was like, oh my God, my head is spinning. Because I spent so many hours staring at this screen, that screen, and Devin was trying to help me. And, he doesn't really understand YouTube, and he tries to help me. Like, you're talking to somebody who doesn't even, I don't even buy things online. Like, like this, like, how people go shopping and their credit card is in the phone, so you could just pull it up, I guess. I don't go shopping online. Like, sometimes Devin orders me stuff and he'll say, well, give me your credit card number. And I'm like, why can't you use yours? Oh, hey, we're married. But sometimes he does, but most times he does. But sometimes he's like, no, I have enough on my credit cards. You don't even want to know. Because he does Temu. He has Temu on his phone. And he's always ordering from that. But I don't even have that. I don't have my credit card number in there. I do have PayPal for if people want to buy my art that way, and I have a post office box, but I don't even know how to buy something from somebody else through PayPal. Like, I'm on TikTok and everybody's always hollering for the dollar over there, right? And they want you to give them little gifts. And if you give them a lion, that's worth $400, right? I'm not even giving them a penny rose because I don't understand how to do it all, and I'm not touching anything that I don't understand about. So I feel disabled, if that makes sense, in some ways, with technology. I don't understand how I have a channel. I don't even understand. Well, Forever Bella helped me get back on TikTok. Apparently, I was already on it, but she helped me that time, the first time too. But I just, like, I just pray to God and I thank God and I ask God, please help me to find a way, with this problem, with the strike. Please help me, protect me. Like, if my, and that, because I was worrying about that too, and oh, should I make up a new channel? And I asked Evan if he knows how, and he's like, no, I have no idea. And I'm like, how did I make up this channel? Like, that, and then it becomes blank in my mind. I'm like, I remember I watched Rich Lop, and he said it's so easy to make a YouTube channel. Also, I was channeling a lot Shannon, Shanann Watts, right? Shanann Rusick Watts. I was channeling her a lot, and I used to go on Facebook. I figured out how to do that, and then I forgot now. I forgot how to do Facebook Live, so I never do Facebook Live anymore. There was a way where I would do a video and put it on Facebook, but there was also a time where I understood how to do Facebook Live, but I don't even know how to do that anymore. Like, it's like my mind is like, I just don't understand how to do it. Like, I don't know. I guess I can look at videos, but that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to look at videos to see how I could fix the mistake that I made, with that person, with the friend. And then I watched probably one day, it makes me cry. Sorry. Um, I probably watched 5 hours straight videos. I know it's so stupid. I'm stupid that I'm crying, but I watched like 5 hours of videos on how to do it. And I couldn't even get to the settings. I couldn't get to the community page. I didn't know how to do it. And then the other thing popped up about me getting a community strike, and it said you have 2 more to go. And then your channel could get taken down. then finally I just said, you know what, God, if you want me to continue with this, have the channel, do my videos, I like to do it. It's fun for me. I've met a lot of nice people. Some people are still in my life. Some people were for a season or for a few years. And some people are very solid and loyal. And, you know, I hope I helped some people. But if God doesn't want me to have it, then, then I won't be able to figure out how to do it, or then I won't be here anymore. But I said, if you still want this for me, then please protect me, protect my channel. Um, I want to be like TV, how it was in the 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s, well, more in the 70s, where it was free. You turn on a channel, channel 2, channel 7, channel 4, channel 5, and channel 13, and you would have TV. Now everything is so monetized. And I struggle with that because a lot of times I was thinking, oh, maybe that's that's why my numbers stay at 6,000, or it stayed at 3,000 for so long. Now it's at 6,000. It was at 5,000 for so long. And then just my videos, the numbers are, I'm lucky if I get 60 views. But on TikTok, I got my video went up, my first couple of videos, a couple of them went to 1,000, 4,000, 5,000, and it slowly rises over there. But that's okay. I'm not on it, especially on TikTok. I'm just being a jerk off mostly with the filters and playing around with music. And my main reason was for TikTok was to get my artwork out, because it wasn't working that well for me on YouTube for a lot of months. And then that's going to be preceded by the statement of, now I'm starting to sell a little bit, because I am really focusing on trying to show my artwork. I work very hard at it. It's my pleasure. I do it from my heart, but it's my pleasure to do it. Like, if somebody said, we're going to take away readings, you can't do any more readings, I wouldn't, I'd be sad, but I wouldn't be that sad. But if you said you can't do art ever again, I'm like, take me now, Lord. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to live that way, because it's the way I find beauty in expression, and it's like a meditation. It comes out on the canvas. So I don't know. I'm talking about all weird stuff. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but let me see what anybody is saying. You need help, Simon? What do you need help with? Let me know. Holly, how you doing? Canada in the house. How you doing, and how are all the kids? Thank you on the painting. Thank you. I'm gonna go in the dining room and show you guys. Yeah. So that means that I sold 4 so far. I didn't get the money for some of them, but it's gonna take some time, because the money is. I'm glad that the money is going to be coming through the post office box, because you have to pay for the post office box. Every 6 months I have to pay money for the post office box. So my post office box wasn't really being used. In 2020, when I first got it, oh my gosh, I used to get so many things in that post office box, because people would write me letters, and I will admit I did write back. And then I think I got too popular. No, I think I tried to write back to people who sent me letters, but then I got busy, and a lot of stuff has to do with going back to work. But anyhow, let me show you something. Okay. I'm really proud of this Sassy of the Sea. I'm proud of her. She hasn't been sold yet. She's still available. I'm very proud of her. But this has been sold, Tilly. Tilly, a blast from the past. Hi, Tilly. And she's got a lot, mostly blue for the throat chakra, but she's got pink for the heart chakra. She's got purple for the third eye. She's got orange for the sacral chakra. And she's very, very shellacked. And she has a nice energy. So she's been sold. Just tonight, really late tonight, she got sold. She got sold, son. And then the other day, remember I was saying when I did the video, the art gallery, I said if you buy these two, I'll give you a deal for 75. They weren't expensive. I worked on this. Oh my gosh, this was like 3 weeks, maybe even a month. But I am so happy and grateful this got sold. And there's just so many things to this. The pearls, off-white pearls, this I got from something else. I just cut it off and integrated it into this. And this says, love one another as I have loved you. When I look at this, I feel the peace. I don't have to worry about. And look, Jesus is healing the children. Look a close up. Close up. Okay. Yeah, so I was really happy. And on Monday, I'm working on, I have this almost done. This is going in the mail. This has, it's almost done being put together. That was compassion. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you. Don't look at my messy table. It's a hot mess. But I'm not mad about it, because I know that if I really had, sorry about the hair, I was in the pool. If I have to clean it up, I would just focus on it. I would write down on a piece of paper, clean up the gosh darn dining room table. And I'd get it done. It's just that I have so many projects going there. And I like that. I like when I have projects. Of course, when I go to school, I have no energy for anything. So, and this whole, ow, Casper, Snoopy, Casper and Snoopy, Snoopy and Casper, what a wonderful pair. I don't know if you saw that, but Snoopy just did his head like the Exorcist. He just twisted his head around. He just went like, you see them back there? Casper's like, you're interrupting me. I'm trying to sleep over here on the couch, and you're interrupting me with your live. Okay, let me just see. Why do you need help, Simon? Are you still there? Thank you. Thank you. That mermaid actually was, I used to do coloring books, right? That was really like stress releasing. Now I haven't had the time to do them. And I used to just clear off the table and everything was nice and neat and just have my pencils out, pencils and markers. And I had all these books, and I haven't done it in a long time, probably since 2021. And I used to do coloring books, just certain pictures. And then I said, hey, why don't I collage this? It would take me so long. Like that, Tilly, that took so long just to finish on paper in the coloring book. But it's okay, because she started to talk to me. I know that sounds weird, but my pieces talk to me when I do it. Wow, that got bright. See, this is me, no filter. Okay, with all the rosacea and the age spots. But anyhow, so Tilly took a long time, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy that she's going to be going to a nice home. And when I sell my pieces, it comes with Palo Santo stick, it comes with some white sage, box of white sage, and it comes with a folder full of what the healing artwork deals with, what chakras it touches base with. And you get all those papers, and I explain exactly, what you're supposed to do with it. But yeah, Tilly, she took a while just to finish on paper. Then once I get her onto the canvas, I kept on shellacking because I wanted her to pop 3D. I wanted her to be really glossy. And then after I did that, put her on the canvas with the spackle and then painted it blue and then shellacked it. She wasn't done. She needed more glitter. So I actually did a lot with, I think I've told you guys this before. I have to get glitter nail polish because that gives a certain halogenic, effervescent look to it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm talking about my art. When I talk about my art, I go into a different world. I know I shouldn't be drinking my soda this late at night, but my Diet Coke, but I have 1 can a day. Sometimes I have 2, but usually today was just 1. And this is from dinner. This is from dinner time, so I've been drinking this can of soda since 7 o'clock. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, God. 7 hours, and it's not done. Okay, and then I have a backup sparkling water, which I love. I love any kind of salsa. And that salsa's good for you. Thank you. Yeah, Hi, Tracy Delahante from Rhode Island. All right. A lot of people up tonight. Fuel, you got a strike for spreading you. What? Oh, you're just being rude. Don't be rude, because then you go bye-bye. Anyhow, yeah, I'm not going to stay on super long. It's already 33 minutes because I'm watching Housewives of Orange County. Yeah, I'm not going to paint. I'm not going to paint anything. I have a few projects that I have to get in the mail next week, and I think I have a reading at some point next week, but it can't be on Tuesday because Tuesday I'll be gone all day with my meeting at work. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so there's a lot of things to be grateful for, and sometimes you just need to ask God, please let me feel your energy. Please let me feel your protection. Because and I don't know if it's because it's Mercury in retrograde or just because my sister's ill. I don't know how to help, aside from flying out there. It's been a crazy time. Like, you try to take your mind off of it, and I take my mind off of what's going on back in New York, New Jersey and New York, by thinking about my artwork, by doing my videos, by doing my shorts, by hanging out with these guys. hanging out with my dogs, my best friends. And like just to get through, but I know Mercury in retrograde is messing a lot of people up. I find it hard to concentrate, but I think that's because I have ADD. But I just try to make my list short. Like the one thing about cleaning the pool and then putting the chlorine in and shock, and then going in the pool, that was big for me because I'm always taking care of the pool and I haven't gone in since probably 4th of July. And there's no reason for that. It's just like, you know, I just do other things, but I clean it out. And Devin helps me a lot too. He does the vacuum. But it's stupid to waste that beautiful pool. So today, all three of us went in, me, my brother-in-law, and Devin, and we had a nice time. Then I stay in the longest, of course. Everybody leaves, and I stay there, and I listen to my music, Billy Idol, and I listen to a CD that I have that is all the hits from 2015, and that's a big year for me because me and Devin, because that's the year we got married. That's the year he retired and got a big retirement party from his school in Porterved, and that's the year I left my school in Brooklyn. No party. Okay, I slipped out the back, Jack. But I was too young. I didn't have enough years in to retire, so I had to resign and wait for my pension. So that was at 52. I was 52, so I couldn't get my pension till 55. So that was the reason originally for working as a sub, but I stayed with it, like even after, I think it was by 2015, 16, yeah, 2018 when I started to get my pension, I still was into subbing because I was bored. I was lonely. I didn't know anybody here, so I just would keep busy with working helped me. When I keep busy, then don't have to think about anything else. So I've been working in their school system for 8 years. Yeah, we're here 9 years. So actually almost 9 years. Yeah, I started working 3 months after we moved here, because yeah, we had to transfer all the cars and unpack, and I actually put my resume had to put my resume in different places. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that. I guess I just wanted to keep you guys up to date and let you know. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Having 60%, that's not a lot. 60 out of 100, that means that hardly anybody is subscribed. And I used to reach so far around, like I used to reach Africa, used to always come up in my analytics, Australia. I'm still reaching the UK, but I don't see any. I see Canada very little, and the UK, and then USA 60% or 35%. Like it's very low. So I don't know. I'm not reaching that many people like I used to when I had a smaller channel. So please, if you could do me that one favor and make sure that YouTube didn't unsubscribe you, because that's been happening as well. Did you see that flash of the light? It's probably the TV. Okay. SK Mystic, what's my name? I don't know. SK? What's your name? Do I know you? I don't recognize that name. Thank you, Alexander. I look like a hot mess right now. The kids are great. Oh, good, Holly. It's a lot of work. You have like 5 kids, right? I remember when you had about three of them, we were talking. And your beautiful cousin, his energy is still around. I still feel him. Want you to pour beer on the gravesite again. That's what he's showing me, pouring beer on the gravesite. That's an Irish thing. Thank you, JR. I appreciate that. JR, are you my brother-in-law? That's my brother-in-law's initials. Okay. Where is everybody from? Let me know. Yeah, I'm not going to stay on super long, guys, because I'm already in a bad schedule. But let me show you these guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. Devin says I sleep with the dogs more than I sleep with him. He's right. He's right. Because I'm an insomniac. I mean, even I didn't take my medicine yet, but when I take my medicine, I think it was the other night, last night, or the night before, I made chamomile tea. And usually that puts me to sleep really quickly. But like I could fall asleep and then wake up and then I'm awake. I'm like, okay, but then I can't get up in the morning unless I have an appointment or school or something like that. But I've been doing this, my machine, with the exercising thing. And I feel pretty good with it. It kind of helps the lower back pain, kind of shakes it out. And I do it at weird times. Like I could do it last night. I did it. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, oh, I forgot to do it today, so let me jump on. The day before, I had done 10 minutes and then waited an hour or so and did another 10 minutes. So I did 20 minutes that day, which that was a good day. But anyhow, I'm just talking about nothing. Do you believe I have my fireplace on? Oh, I do have something to show you guys. I Devin felt bad because he's like, you never showed your family or anybody your subs what I gave you for our anniversary. And I was like, yeah, I'm a bad person. So here it is. I don't know, time got like, it was speeding up and I was never getting a chance. So let me show you something. This is, he gave me this for our anniversary, which was on July 17th. And this is our wedding song. We love Ella Fitzgerald, Etta James. Sorry about that, Etta James. And this is the lyrics of our wedding song. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah. At last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, and that is such a friggin', that is so true. Sorry. My heart was wrapped up in clover the night I looked at him. I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. Oh yeah, you smiled, you smiled. Oh, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last. And I said, why didn't you use our wedding picture? And he said, no, because I thought you looked cute in that picture. I said, you didn't think I looked better in the wedding picture? He was like, oh, stop. Isn't that nice? And I put it over here. First it was somewhere else, but I put it over here because we have this Victrola looking thing that has like the old-fashioned look to it. This was in his house, and I cleaned it for, after not cleaning it for a long time, and this jazzy gold was one of the first lamps I bought when I moved here, and I love it. And I just figured it goes over here for now. Here's my kids, Thomas and Laura. I miss them every day. There's a very rare picture of my family, but the light is bad over here right now, so you can't really see them. But that's my brother. That's me, big as a house. My brother Tommy. My sister Christine, who's very sick. That's my sister Karen, the nurse. That's my sister Patricia, the house I always go to stay at, and that's my sister Susan. Anyhow, this is getting messy again. I gotta start cleaning this up. It was so neat, and then yeah, I get lazy. See, I have all my earrings in these little drawers, and then I get lazy. So I'll clean it up. Believe that you can, and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt said that. Okay. This is my New Orleans wall, in case you didn't know. This is my new Bourbon Street. I was there. These masks are from New Orleans, most of them. And there's Madame Zelda. I made that. Anyhow. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. For some reason, it feels like it's my first video. The energy is a little bit weird. And my TV went off. Okay. No, I'm not drunk. I'm stone cold sober. I'm drinking Diet Coke. Not that it's any of your business. Stone cold sober. Just having some seltzer and Diet Coke. Oh, NYC? Okay. That's where I'm from. Staten Island, New York. Hi, Cat H. You're playing a tug of war with your Jack Russell as you speak? Aw. What's his name again? Or her name? Let me know. Yeah, my um he's not a Jack Russell, but I think he's a combination of we were gonna do his DNA, but we never did it. But he definitely seems like he's a mixture of that. Yeah, Devin does have great taste. What I liked about it is he finds a picture and he does it. He gets it on pillowcases, like he got this pillowcase done with the dogs on it. Let me show you. Sorry, I'm showing you so many things. Probably saying, why is there such a mess in the house? See this pillow case he got with the dogs on it, and I think that's such a perfect picture. And first, when Casper saw this, he thought another dog was in the house. He was staring at it. Cute. Oh, thank you, Sora. Yeah, family is very important. And yes, Kat, I'm feeling very nostalgic and emotional. Well, what else is new? What else is new with me? I'm always like that. I miss people who are in heaven. I miss, of course, my mom. I miss my nephew, Sean. I miss, my dad. I had some cousins that died very young. My cousin Mary died, and she's the same age as my sister Christine. She's 66. She died a few years before that. My cousin Matthew, same family. They had 9 kids, so now they're down to 7 kids. Anyway, my cousin Matthew died in his bed. I guess something with his heart. He died in his sleep. So it's weird. It's just, we don't know about tomorrow. So that's why I try not to let my head, when I was flipping out about getting a strike, and some people were saying, "Oh, your channel could get stolen," and I was like, "Really? I'm not monetized." And they were like, "Doesn't matter. Your channel could get taken off or something, stolen, taken." And I'm like, "Oh, now another thing to worry about in my brain," and then I was starting to panic, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, what does that really matter? Like, I'm gonna scramble around and try to create a new one. It was causing me anxiety. I was like, no, I'm not creating a new one. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it in God's hands. I'm gonna try not to ever tape anything from TV. It's probably not good that TV's on in the background. I don't know. Then one of my friends said maybe it was from Easter when I taped one of my favorite movies and my mother's favorite movie, The Easter Parade with Judy Garland, Fred Astaire, and I did tape that, maybe 5 minutes of that or 3 minutes. But I looked back, and that was Easter, and Easter was in March, and I wasn't not in April 8th. I was definitely in New Jersey. So, and it was the eclipse. So it had to be the video that I took of TV. Anyhow, so my head was going, like, worrying about that, worrying about my friend that I did the hide from the user, and I was trying to fix that, and hours I was working on that, and nothing was working. And I cried about it so hard, and then I said, I gotta stop because there's so many more important things going on in the world that, I can't control everything. Hi, Six Sense. How you doing? Welcome in. Eddie and the Freeway are you two? Oh, so one is named Eddie and the other one is Freeway. Now I remember. Now I remember. I like having two dogs because at first we had three dogs. Like when I first met Devin, he had three dogs, and I was like, "What's up with this guy with the three dogs, two cats, two turtles?" I was like, "And a fish." I was like, "That's excessive." But when I started to get to know him, and a couple times I had to babysit for the dogs. So I'd come from my apartment, come to his house, babysit for the dogs, and he was in Texas. He was here in Texas with his daughter, taking her to look at colleges, and she didn't end up going here though. But anyhow, I was babysitting for the dogs. I had to go over from my apartment like 5:30 in the morning because I had to get to Brooklyn by 7. So I had to go from my apartment to his house, and I could have slept over, but I would go there at night, play with the dogs, feed them, take them out, bring them back in, and then hang out a little while longer, and then go back to my apartment because I have enough problems with sleeping that I just couldn't sleep in this big house by myself. So I went back to my apartment like a nerd, and then I had to get up extra early to go there. But I did it, and I was like, I fell in love with the three dogs, and it was like when we brought them to Texas. Um, I was like, wow. And I promised them. I said one day we're gonna all be together because then when 2012 happened and Sandy happened, I told him I could take one dog, and that was Cleo. You know, Cleo just was reminding me of my mother. She just was. She had my mother's personality, if you can understand that. And so I was like, I'm taking Cleo, and I'm not taking, uh, um, you know, and actually, Devin and my two stepkids, before they were my stepkids, they moved in the apartment. To it was very crowded. But then there came a time where I told Devin, you get out, you leave, take your two kids, and leave the dog. And he's like, well, maybe I'm going to take the dog. Maybe I want to stay longer. And I said, no, you got to go because his kids were in high school, so his house was being fixed because it was flooded. So I said, no, your cats and your other two dogs need you, and your kids need to be living back in their house, and I need my apartment back to myself with Cleo. We're going to keep Cleo. Right? He's annoyed at me because I'm talking, so he expects me to just be quiet and not have a life besides him and his brother. My phone is probably low battery. Thank you for sending the hugs. A lot of missing and love in your life. My heart goes out to you and your loved ones. Thank you. My mom always said loved ones don't die away, but are in a heart, into our heart, and they're never really gone. My mother used to say that too. She used to say, don't say goodbye. I don't like to say goodbye. She would say, so long. And I would say, why are you saying so long? And she would say, I don't like to say goodbye. Oh, just say so long. And then she would always say, even if I go away and we're not together, I'm always in your heart. Don't make me cry. And I was like, why is she always saying that? Is she planning on leaving? Like, I didn't know then. I didn't know then, she she got cancer when I was 12. So, but she must have had it beforehand. And it was the 70s. So when she, got her breast surgery, she probably should have got a double mastectomy, because what happened was the cancer came back in the other breast. So then she died 8 years later, and then I was 19. So, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. Yes, that was a nice anniversary gift. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. I don't usually, I'm never good at really reading the chat when I'm doing a reading. Now I'm not doing a reading, so it's good. It's easier. You know what I did? I did an experiment. And this is how I know I have ADD. I was never diagnosed. Yeah, I think my battery is going dead. I think Kat's right. So I did an experiment. You know how they always say, don't have caffeine late at night? You know, Diet Coke has a lot of caffeine in it. Coffee has a lot of caffeine in it. Tea. So I did an experiment two times, two different times. So I took my medicine, wasn't sleepy. I should have been sleepy, but I wasn't, because it's me. So my mind doesn't like to shut off. So I said I'll just watch a movie on Netflix and just try to relax. Then I said, you know what? I'm gonna have a Diet Coke, even though it's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'm just gonna have a Diet Coke and do an experiment. I'm up anyway. I took my medicine, it wasn't working. So I had a Diet Coke, and would you believe that it did the reverse, and I went into a deep sleep. I was like, wow, that's weird. I had a Diet Coke so late. So I said, let me try this again. I made a cup of coffee. And I usually would never make the cup of coffee, but I was like, I didn't have that many cups of coffee that day. Like a heavy day of coffee for me would be 4 cups. But I usually only have 3 or 2, right? So that this day, I don't think I had that many cups. So it was like 1 in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I said, I'm having my little crackers or cookie or social tea cookie, whatever I was having. I already took my medicine, right? I was all ready to sleep, fall asleep on the couch, and then I wake up and I go in the bed. But that's my procedure, right? That works for me. So I make the coffee and I figured, oh, I'm never gonna sleep. But I remember reading somebody else did this, and it worked for them if you have ADD, right? Because a lot of people take Adderall and whatnot. I don't want to take any of that, right? I have my sleep medicine, I have a muscle relaxant, I have, that's it. Oh, my levothyroxine for my thyroid that I take in the morning. Anyhow, if I skip it, I cannot do anything. I'm like literally like confused. Anyway, a lot of times I forget to take that levothyroxine in the morning. Okay, so anyway, scratch that. I make the coffee. I drink the coffee. I'm enjoying it because I love the smell of it. And it's just like, whoo, I'm living, I'm living risky by having a coffee so late at night. Well, I fall asleep and I have a beautiful like sleep for like a good span. Like for me is 4 hours on the couch, 4 hour span. But like I fell asleep almost immediately. Like the coffee was done, the cup. But I remember reading that If you have that ADD problem and you're not taking medicine, if you have the caffeine, sometimes it works the opposite. So it worked. But like tonight, I won't have it. I'm just gonna have my salsa, and because I'm already drinking this this can of soda for about 10 hours. 7 o'clock at night when I had dinner to now. How do you make 12 ounces last so long? I know I should have been drinking water. I was drinking water. Here's water here. Almost empty. Anyway, that is nuts. Now I'm just talking about nothing and probably confusing you. Huh. Well, guys, I think I saw everybody's messages. Oh, Pam. Wait. Sixth Sense. Oh, yes. We met on Pam's channel. The Pamly. That's right. Okay, guys. Purple Roses. I didn't see you in there. How you doing? Thank you. Sending them back to you. Purple hearts and purple roses back to you. Yeah, nighttime caffeine. Insomnia due to rumination is an AD thing too. And I was never diagnosed with it. I diagnosed myself. But I've been like this since age 6. I don't remember kindergarten being awake, but I remember first grade. And it's been since first grade on. A lot of bad things happen first grade and second grade, before my father moved out. But a lot of scary things happen. And even after he moved out, I still had sleep disorder, sleep problems. Like everybody would be sleeping. And I would be awake, and it was I would feel a constant scary feeling. Like, and then I'm used to it now. Like, I used to go to my friend Christine Valek's house, and she would fall asleep so early because she was 2 years younger than me. Happy birthday, Chris. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday, Christine. Love you. Love you, Leo. But anyhow, I would go to her house and I would be like, oh my God. She had all these stuffed animals, Winnie the Pooh, and they were in plastic bags. And I would be like, why are they in plastic bags? Oh, to preserve them so they don't get dusty. I don't know if that was her mother's thing. Maybe her mother was OCD, but anyhow, I would be awake. I would be just laying there all these hours. I wanted to go home. I wanted to walk up the street and go home, but it was like nighttime. And, I just would have been more comfortable because it was like, how many hours do I have to wait before she's awake again? I would have to wait till the next morning. So I remember this is not normal. Like, what? And she's still a great sleeper. She could just fall asleep on a dime. She could fall asleep. Like, we went to that Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. She took me for my birthday when I came into town in April, right? And was that April 10th, I think? And I, we weren't up that late, and I told her, I said, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep. Plus, we were in a haunted room. So, but nothing happened in the haunted room, but I could not go to sleep, and I was like going on a candy run, trying to find going down the elevator. And she could sleep like a bear. She just, ever since we were little, she just falls asleep, and I'm like, thank God for the TV, because then I could just watch that, have that in the background or my phone, set up next to me. But anyhow, yeah, that's true. Adderall is a stimulant, so it makes sense that coffee and soda would work similar. Yeah, but I just don't like want to do feel that way. Sometimes I don't want to have like if I have to get up for work, right? For example, that's why I would always do chamomile tea, and by 1 o'clock, if I can go to like I have to get up at 6 o'clock to go to work, right? If I can fall asleep by 1:30, that's good for me, right? Then get up at 6 and take my shower. But even if I, like my sister Patricia always tells me, take your medicine early. If I take it at 10 o'clock, right, I could fall asleep, maybe if, if all the planets are aligned correctly. And there's really nothing on my mind, which that's not going to happen. The mind is always going. And so I do listen to the peaceful Jason Stevenson music. I do put on like calm. That helps a little bit. I started doing Mahjong because they said that that helps your mind and helps memory. And I got to level 12. But I started doing it early today and it made me frustrated. But I'm doing it. I downloaded the app of Mahjong. Anyhow, I've tried so many things. I've tried everything natural, kava kava, ashwagandha. I still have ashwagandha. All natural stuff. The B vitamins, sleeping all, what's the name of that product? This was advertised on TV as it's supposed to work for everybody, right? Relaxium. Guess what? It didn't relaxium me. But I'm pumped. And so, yeah, it didn't work. Because one time I ran out of my medicine. I think because I was away. I was away so long, right? I was away for a month. And so I bought that, or Devin ordered that for me so that I would at least have that. And I tried it. Didn't work. It just made me feel like my eyes are a little heavy. Didn't work. I mean, sometimes my Ambien doesn't work. Like I have to start calming down, being like I can't just like go from doing a reading or watching some scary mystery show or watching true crime to, okay, now I'm going to take my medicine, go to sleep. No, it doesn't work that way. So I start thinking about different things that are happening, things I have to do, things in the past, things with those family members. And then it goes from there, It's a spin-off in the mind. I know a lot of people are like that too. I'm not the only one. I'm not trying to say feel bad for me, but I had this disorder since age 6. And when I got to being 40, 42, 43, when I was pregnant with my kids, I was able to sleep because you're so tired. You're pregnant and that would actually help me to want to go to sleep. And I was a little bit on a schedule. Like, I don't remember staying up late when I was pregnant with them. With my daughter, I was working in the city, so, and I was nauseous for like 3 months. And I worked on the 106th floor in the World Trade Center. So that was fun. when you're pregnant and you're nauseous and you have to go 2 different elevators to get up. The first elevator was from the first floor to the 40th floor, I think. And then the second set of elevators was from the 40th floor to the 106th floor, which I got up. I think that was the highest. Anyhow, thank God that was 1987. Was it 1987? Yeah. Yeah, 1987. And so Was it 1987? Yes, it was. Sorry. Sorry about that. Was it 1987? February 1987. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have a New York accent because I was born in Staten Island, New York. I don't try to hide it. Over sensory burns you out. Under sensory edgy, frustrated, anxious. Yes. I mean, so what I was saying earlier, 33 in the house. Hey, nice. That's a, Jesus, when Jesus died. Now it just switched to 26. That's weird. Okay. Anyhow, what I wanted to say was when I finally went to the doctor, I went to England to visit my sister. Liz used to live in England. And in 2006, we went on a trip. Me, my sister Karen, her son, my nephew Brian, my daughter Laura. And so Laura and Brian are only like a couple of months apart. So we went to England, and I don't know if it was the fried food or whatever, but my sleep disorder just like reached such a crashing. And like I was a full-time teacher, I had, my two kids, and my I would literally be up at night doing lesson plans 3, 4 in the morning, and then wake up at 6, get ready for work. Sometimes drive one of the kids or both of the kids, one of the kids to school, because my son used to go to this school that was close by. Anyhow, and then do it all over again. So I was literally getting like 4 hours sleep. I don't know, maybe even sometimes less than that, teaching a class. So finally, when I got back from England, I went to the doctor. He said that if you're trying to lose weight and you have like a big, stomach, spare tire, that's usually cortisol. So he said, "Are you stressed out or something? Are you not sleeping?" I was like, "Check, please, check, please." And then I told him, "Oh, I never sleep. I've been like this since I'm 6 years old." And so he was like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta get you gotta get some sleep because your body is gonna just wear out. You're gonna have all kinds of problems." I was like, "I already have them." So I'm pretty sure I was 40 something, maybe early 40s. Yeah, early 40s, because I never was on any kind of prescription meds before that time. So age 6 to age 40 something is a long time to go without having any kind of remedy of sleep. And I told you I've tried all of the over-the-counter stuff. And I don't even like to take that cold medicine that used to knock people out. People love to take it. Like I still have my cough medicine from when I had the flu. This works, but you have such horrid nightmares. I don't need to take it because I don't have a cough or a flu anymore. So I'm saving that baby because they don't give us that medicine in Texas. I got that in New York. But anyhow, so he put me on, I think he put me on Lunesta, right? Because my sister Karen had given me that. She's a nurse, and she was like, "Here, take a Lunesta because you never sleep." Like even on the airplane, I didn't sleep. Everybody was sleeping. It was like a 10-hour flight. And I'm like wide awake like this. Are we going to crash? Is the plane going to be taken over by somebody? So anyhow, I finally, it was like 48 hours without sleeping. And we got into a hotel. I picked out a nice hotel. I don't know how I did all this stuff. But anyway, I found this hotel, and we got there, and there was a big built-in pool in the lobby, and there was a jacuzzi, and there was a restaurant and a bar. It was beautiful. Anyhow, and the room was gorgeous too. So my sister gave me this pill, and I finally went to sleep for a little while. And she was like, when you go back home, make an appointment with your doctor and ask him, what can you give me? And so he gave me Lunesta, and that worked maybe a couple of days, and then it didn't. And I was like, I feel weird. Like I felt like I was in a dream state when I was at work, and I can't do that. So then he said, maybe I'll switch you to Ambien, but has a lot of side effects, but I'll try it. So he did, and yeah, the bad thing about Ambien is the sleep eating. But I'm wide awake when I eat. I just get hungry, and then if I was trying to stay away from something, I don't stay away from it, and I just eat it. But I've been on other ones, and they don't work at all for me. This is Ambien. It'll work for me. I don't end up in my car or leave the house, but I do walk around a little bit. One time I baked cookies in my apartment, and I woke up in a hail of smoke, and there was a fireman standing next to my bed with one of those big poles. I thought I was dreaming. It was kind of beautiful. And then my neighbors were so mad, and I was like, why did you break into my apartment? He goes, ma'am, you're not dreaming. Are you baking something? And I was like, last night I baked some cookies. I don't know why I'm laughing about it now. It was a brand new oven too in the apartment. And he goes, ma'am, I think you're still baking cookies. You're baking the whole apartment. Sorry about that. No, my neighbor was really mad at me. This older woman and her husband upstairs, and she was really mad at me for that. And I was like, excuse me, it was an accident. I got hungry. Then I laid down to wait for the cookies to bake, and I guess I fell asleep. I thought that guy was a mirage. And he just opened the windows, and then I took out the burnt cookies. But I really did think he was in my dream, and he looked like Archangel Michael holding like the staff, the big stick. He's standing at my bed. I was like, I didn't know I invited a gentleman caller over this evening. Okay, so guys, this is me even without the medicine, okay? I didn't take my medicine yet. All right. Sorry about that. Some people will get it and some people won't. Okay. You're 44? Oh, I remember 44. 44 is cool. I'm 60 and a half. Next month I'll be 61. Oh no, this will happen in New York, in Staten Island, New York. Now I'm in Texas in a big house. In the big house. Yeah. No, all those stories were from New York. So I got my best sleep with the Ambien, but my ex-husband didn't like it. And he would make fun of me and like call me a drug addict because I took sleep medicine. And I was like, the doctor gave this to me, otherwise I wouldn't get any sleep at all. But like, him and my kids, they were scared, sometimes when I did weird things, like I would just get up out of bed and come out and start talking, or I guess I, made something to eat. But I only did that once with the cookies. That was in the apartment. So what I, I'm glad, Kat. I'm glad somebody gets me. So what I have to remember with Ambien is, first of all, when it's during work week, I have to take it earlier, definitely. Like I don't have to get up tomorrow until I want to get up. So that's why, I'll take it when I want to because I know I could sleep. But if I have to work, I have to take it. And when I worked in Brooklyn, and I had to drive from Staten Island to Brooklyn over the bridge, that was that, I had to make it even earlier. So it was hard because I had two jobs. I worked in a school, elementary school in Brooklyn, Gravesend, Brooklyn. And then I had 2 nights a week, I had to drive straight from Gravesend, Brooklyn, go walk the dog, feed the dog, and then go back to the College of Staten Island and be an adjunct. I was an adjunct. So I wouldn't get home from that job till like 10:30, 11. And I needed like time to like just relax. I was marking papers. I was doing so many things, right? So by the time I would take it, it would be like 12. But I got a phone call from the doctor at the time. And he was like, I really wanted to talk to you. I was like, really? Why do you want to talk to me? Doctor? Doctors don't usually call you. And he goes, well, you're working in Brooklyn now? And I was like, yeah, I used to work in Staten Island, but now I'm working in Brooklyn. What difference does it make? And he was like, because you're on Ambien, and I don't want you to get into a car crash, because it's a lot of people have died. I was like, what? And a lot of times he wanted to switch me, and he did try to switch me. And I would say, please switch me back because it's not working for me. And I can't, I would going crazy. With the other medication, I would just be laying there. It was several different things he tried me on. And I was like, I need the Ambien because it's the only thing I know I'm going to get 4 hours. So he said, you have to promise me you're going to take the Ambien. Like if you work in the second job, you have to take it as soon as you get home. And I was like, why? And he was like, because you need to have it out of your system before you get in the car to drive over the bridge. He goes, because you'll be in a altered state and you'll die. You'll crash, and I don't want that on my head. And I was like, am I being punked? Not to laugh about it, but I was like, I didn't think he really cared about me because I ended up stopped going to him because he called me fat. And, I have a mirror and I have a scale. I know, I was putting on weight, but he didn't know. He never diagnosed me with my Hashimoto's. I had to go to a different doctor and to find out what the frig happened. Like I would get chubby, but I would lose it and, not be ridiculously overweight. Working two jobs and, not eating that much, So, but anyhow, that's a whole other story. Then I went to a different doctor. He diagnosed me correctly. But this doctor, he said to me, you got to promise me. Otherwise, I'm not going to write your prescription anymore. I was like, okay, I promise you. Definitely. I don't want to die on the bridge. That's one of my biggest fears. Since I'm a little kid, I've had this fear of dying on a bridge. And I just thought it was a past life. But anyhow, he said to me, if you come home from your other job and you just can't unwind, and you didn't take your medicine by 11 o'clock, he goes, don't take it at all. I was like, but then I won't sleep. He goes, I'm telling you, don't take it at all because you need to take it earlier because it has to be out of your system by the time you get behind the wheel. And I said, you know what? Thank you. I will do that. There was plenty of nights I didn't take it, Sometimes maybe I wanted to have a glass of wine after work or a beer. And I said, okay, I won't take it because now it's way too late. Then I won't wake up. And so that's what happened. That's, you know, he was worried about the bridge. He was worried about me crashing and falling asleep behind the wheel. And so I was happy. I was grateful for that. Um, you know, and I lived to see another day. But the whole thing with Ambien is you can't go out in the car, which I've never done. I never did that. My biggest thing is, finding the bowl of ice cream or the bowl of chips and thinking, hey, I'm not going to do that. Who ate that? Oh, I guess it was me. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay. What? Calling someone a sex addict for taking prescription drugs is a bitch. No, he didn't call me. Yeah, he called me an addict because he's an alcoholic, and I was going through like a nervous breakdown, and the doctor put me on Xanax. I was working in a school where the principal was harassing me, and she was trying to get me fired, basically. And so I was having panic attacks, like every time she came to observe me or put a letter in my mailbox, and she had me in her office every day, sometimes a couple times a day. And she came to my room and did all these observations and called me on. She just wanted me to quit. And so instead I had like a mini breakdown. Plus I had my ex-husband who was not supportive, and he was supportive at first, and then he was like sick of it. And he was like, oh, you're taking Ambien, and instead of just trying to sleep on your own, and the doctor put me on Xanax. And so I was on that for a little while. I got myself off of all of that. Then they gave me antidepressants, and I didn't like the way that made me, because then I was like a robot. I remember a little kid hugged me. I had kindergarten, and a little kid hugged my legs, and I was just like this. And that's not me. Then I went to a wedding, and I was on that crap, Effexorol, I think it was. And I went up to the dance floor, because I love to dance, you guys know that. And I was like this. And I was like, this is not working for me. So the psychiatrist I was going to would just keep on moving it up. So we started out with 15 milligrams, and it went all the way up to 125 milligrams. I'm like, she's trying to kill me. And in my head, every time I would look at somebody, like even family members, whatever, I would be like, they hate me. They're hating me in their head right now. And my psychic ability was totally turned off. It was totally like I didn't know what was up. Like the whole thing with the kid trying to hug me and me not being able to respond. I was like, who wants to live this way? Like, they switched it to a couple of different things. And every time I would go to this psychiatrist and tell her, this is not working for me. This is making me feel like everybody hates me. I really feel that. Like I was extra paranoid. I'm paranoid to begin with. I'm paranoid as a natural person. I'm paranoid, right? So my sister Patricia says paranoia will destroy you. But on this medicine, it just was making me even worse. Like my personality was gone. and I couldn't even cry. I was just like in a weird state. I was in such a odd, and so I said, I want to get off this. I want to get off all of it, except for the sleep medicine. Please, I need to sleep. Let me sleep, please. So, she said no. You would have to be weaned off of it. And I said, well, do it now. And she was like, oh no, we're going to try a couple of different things. So I was like, okay. You may know some things. In my head, I said it. You may know some things, but I know what's best for me. And so it's a little dangerous because I had a lot of snapping in my head, like electric volts. You would feel that. That's one of the side effects. But I got myself off of that, but quick. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then I was still on the Xanax, like occasionally. But I don't like Xanax. Xanax to me, like, who wants to be like, like, and then it didn't even really work. Like, if I took it, it would just make me into like, sometimes it didn't work at all. And so I just like prayed to God one day and I said, I don't want to be on this. Please help me to get better. Help me to not have to be on this. Like, please God, let me be good again. Like George Bailey and It's a Wonderful Life. It was like me at the bridge saying, please, dear God, I want to be good again. Please let me live again. Let me just not have these chemicals, have to have these chemicals. And I wish I could sleep without Ambien. But I'm glad I got off of all that other stuff. I am glad about that. Can I explain the Montreal? No, I don't know what are you talking about? I don't know anything about Montreal. Good night, Amelia. I'm sorry. I know, I made myself dizzy, Cat. I'm sorry. See, I pace when I used to talk on the phone. I pace. Well, I still do it. And yeah, 'cause to me, to just sit still, it's too much energy, and I have all this adrenaline because it's nighttime and I'm supposed to be calming down and going to sleep. But so I'll let you guys go. And thank you for being here with me. I didn't expect to be on all this time. Hey, 22 people in the house. But I hope everybody has a great night. And please subscribe if you're not subscribed, or resubscribe. Like unsubscribe and then resubscribe, because I only have 60% subscribed. I think I deserve more. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Hopefully, the Leo reading is coming soon. Hopefully. Love you guys. Namaste.